In this video, we're going to talk about how to optimize your website for SEO. And at the very beginning, I want to put a disclaimer out there. I know that a lot of integrative naturopathic functional medicine providers are hyperventilating about getting their website optimized for search engine ranking. And while I'm not saying it's unimportant, I don't think it's something that you should be losing sleep over, because the honest truth is, unlike a plumber or a chiropractor where patients have a problem right now and they need a solution in the next 2 hours, the universe of people suffering from chronic disease, they've been suffering for years from this. So they're not magically waking up magically one morning saying, I need to find a functional medicine provider in Hoboken, New Jersey. So I want to put this disclaimer out there just to sort of put this into context. Now let's dive into what SEO is and how you would go about optimizing your ranking for search engines. So the idea behind SEO is that the higher your website ranks on search engines, i.e. on the first page of Google, the more people will see it and the more traffic to your website will be generated. And search engine optimization, or SEO for short, seeks to improve your ranking factors that Google uses relative to your competition. So on-page SEO is what you can change on your own website, each and every page, the speed of the website, etc. And then there's off-page SEO, other signals on other websites linking to your website that Google takes into account as well. And so the idea here is like on-page SEO is mainly about the user experience. Can they find what they need to find on your website? Does the page load fast? Is it mobile responsive? And then off-page SEO is like how many organizations, how many other people vote for your website and saying this is authoritative content by the number of backlinks to your website, right? So Google uses the signal of the more people link to your website or to a specific page on your website, that must mean that that page is more important relative to the competition. And so I think the other thing that you need to take into consideration, if I can switch to a typical Google search result page, is when somebody types in a search, usually you have some listed businesses. This is now down to 3. So if you can get your website into these top 3, that gives you a lot of visibility. Now, when we're scrolling down, the question is, there's 10 results on each page, and which result are people clicking on? So just the fact that you are on page 1 is good, but it does not guarantee that every person will go to your page. Let's say 100 people every month search for this. Those 100 people will not all go to the first listing here or the second one, right? There's like a distribution that about 50% will go to any of these 3 here in the top, then another 20% will go to the first result, and then the remaining percentages is spread out over all the other results here. And so that's what you need to take into consideration when we talk about SEO. Now, in August 2018, Google made actually a fairly significant update to its algorithm that penalized specifically medical practices. And so it's actually termed the Google Medic update. And so websites that made outrageous claims, that did not have Google and Yelp reviews, that did not have a privacy policy or terms of use, that did not provide easy ways to get in touch with them, that didn't have clear scientifically vetted language, and that didn't have a solid about page with maybe training and the accreditations of the lead provider, those websites were penalized. And Google says, if you're not a legit practice, if you are not accredited, if you don't have an about page, if you are not operating as a real business, then you should not be featured in our search engine. And so that's how a lot of these websites, poor quality websites, justly so, got penalized. But obviously, if you don't have Google Yelp reviews, if you don't have a privacy policy and terms of use on your website, if you don't have a contact page or your contact details on your website. And if you're using very hyperbolic language, then obviously you may fall prey to this Googlematic update as well. And then the final two elements that you need to have to take into consideration is that your website should be using the SSL protocol. So all pages should load as HTTPS and not HTTP. And then finally, your website should be mobile responsive. And so those factor into this Googlematic update as well. Now, when it comes to SEO, the first thing that we need to get clear on, what the heck do you want to rank for, right? Do you want to rank for autoimmune disease? Is ranking for autoimmune disease doing anything for your business? Does somebody that looks for autoimmune disease actually signify that they're ready to work with a functional medicine provider? And I would say the answer is no. Right? This is an information seeker. This may be even a tire kicker, but this is not somebody that's ready to make an appointment in the next week or 2 weeks, right? And so the tool that we're using to sort of figure out the volume of keywords is called Keywords Everywhere, and it's a Google Chrome extension. So you can see here, provide the URL for this, but if you just search the extensions in the Google Chrome store, it's called Keywords Everywhere keyword tool. And once this is installed, it will add a functionality that it tells you for whatever search term you punch in here, it will tell you the monthly search volume. And so you can see functional medicine expert Hoboken, New Jersey, 0 searches a month. So, do you think it's important to rank for functional medicine expert Hoboken, New Jersey if nobody is searching for it every month? So the answer is, it's probably not a bad idea, but you shouldn't expect that if you were optimized for functional medicine expert Hoboken, New Jersey, that anything has actually happened to your practice, that you magically get a ton of patients. This tool also gives you related keywords. So obviously OBGYN Hoboken, 480 searches a month. So if you divide this by 30, then it's about 60 searches a month. A day. So 60 searches distributed over that number one page. So if 20% go to the first result here, then you can say 20% of 60 people would come to your website. Now you see Hoboken Doctors has 390 searches. You can see Functional Medicine New Jersey, 210 searches. So you can do the math, divide this by 30, and you see 7 searches a month, a day for Functional Medicine New Jersey. So, let's click on this, and what comes up? So, 210 searches a month, that means 7 searches a day. So out of that, 3 clicks will go to any number of these 3 people. So, you could expect, if you're one of these practices, you could expect 1, 2, 3 clicks a day. And then, another 20% of that, of 7 a day, maybe 2 clicks go to find a practitioner on IFM, and then, another click for the remaining ones. So you can see ranking for Functional Medicine New Jersey is actually not a very powerful play, because there's not that much traffic coming your way. Now, what I'm saying here is, it's not unimportant, but, we need to put this into context that at most, if you were to rank for, Functional Medicine New Jersey, you could get 2 or 3 visitors per day. Now, the way we optimize the websites in our websites that we provide is that we found a number of phrases that signify somebody is looking for to become a patient. So functional medicine doctor followed by the city name, functional medicine specialist Hoboken, functional medicine expert Hoboken, and then you can say Hoboken functional medicine doctor, Hoboken functional medicine specialist. So we have a keyword basket of about 20 of these phrases that we use to sort of just seed your website with, so that at least that's covered on the pages. And then obviously if you're a naturopathic specialist, you would just change the word functional to naturopathic medicine doctor, or if you're in integrative medicine, you would call it integrative medicine doctor in the city. So that's in terms of the keyword research, figuring out what do you want to rank for. And then obviously, as I said before, you install the Keywords Everywhere keyword tool in Chrome. And then once you have that installed, then you can type in various search phrases and then see what the monthly volume is, and then make a decision whether you want to actually optimize your website for that keyword. So, in this case, functional medicine Dr. Hoboken, 0 searches a month. So, the truth here is you should not lose sleep over SEO and trying to rank for that. The truth is it will not get you a massive amount of new patients, but it's good to have to proactively optimize for this in case there is this random person that's looking for this and then finds you and your website comes up. So next, how do you actually optimize a page? And so I want to give you an example here what a keyword optimized page looks like. And what Google uses is really the frequency and the positioning of the keyword on a page. So what you see here is a website page. And you see that the URL includes male hormone replacement therapy. So that is the keyword term that we want to rank for. So whatever you want to rank for, you should have a page with exactly that keyword phrase. Then the page heading has the keyword. Then a variety of sentences have this sentence, so I underlined it here. So almost every second sentence has that keyword in it. You see it in all 3 headings here in the text. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the page is longer. There's probably 20 instances of this page where the keyword male hormone replacement therapy is mentioned. Now, when it comes to images, same thing. What do you think the image name is named? It's not bicyclist.jpg, it's actually male-hormone-replacement therapy.jpg, because Google not only looks at the text on your web page and the URL, it will also look at the images. And so if the image has a JPEG file name of exactly that keyword, Google will infer, okay, this page is apparently about male hormone replacement therapy. Now, there's additional tags for images, the alt tag. This is when you hover over an image. And again, we put male hormone replacement therapy in this tag. So these are all items that we call on-page SEO, because you can control these. You can deliberately set these up so that Google will then think that this page is about male hormone replacement therapy. Now, there's a couple more things that go into on-page SEO, and one of these is the meta title and the meta description. And the easiest way to explain it is by showing you essentially a search engine result for functional medicine, and you see whatever Google puts in blue, that's called the meta title, and then whatever is in gray, that's the meta description. And so if you were to search for functional medicine, which result would you actually click on, right? So the first one, you read functional medicine Cleveland Clinic. It's like, okay, authoritatively, I'm living in Hoboken. I don't care about Cleveland Clinic and Ohio. And then I look at this text here, the meta description, and this is pretty much gibberish to me. Personalized system-oriented model that empowers patients and practitioners to achieve the highest expression of health. I'm a patient, I'm looking for a doctor. This is not appealing to me. So then you look at the result from Parsley Health, and Parsley Health says, what is functional medicine? A lot of people are new to the concept of functional medicine, so I'm taking a minute to explain what it is. I'm much more likely to click on that because it speaks to me as a patient looking to find a doctor and maybe looking to find out what functional medicine is. Now, you can maybe say that Chris Kresser with the Kresser Institute has a better description. It says functional medicine is a new model of medicine. But again, I would say that's not very appealing to somebody that's looking for a doctor, right? Again, Susan Bloom, that's where functional medicine comes in. I would say that she wasn't even intentional about crafting this meta description, and Google just took the first 250 characters of her webpage. And so you can see, even for what's displayed on Google and the search engines, there's ways that you can influence what people are clicking on. So if we're going back to Functional Medicine New Jersey, let's assume I'm somebody that's looking for a functional medicine doctor. I probably would click on this one because it says functional medicine in its title. I'm not so sure about Hoboken Family Medicine and Women's Health. That does not seem to be necessarily functional medicine. And then Eden Medical Functional Medicine Doctor, again, has functional medicine in the title, so I'm likely to click on it. Then I'm looking here, find a practitioner from IFM. Probably not going to click on this. Functional Medicine Intensive Integrative Wellness Group. That seems to be a functional medicine provider, so I would probably click on this. FX Med Centers Functional Medicine for New Jersey. I probably would click on that. I may want to click on Allison Fox's website because I see functional medicine physician here. And, again, a couple other results. So you can see if you put yourself in the shoes of your prospective patient, what is it actually that they would click on? Should you worry that you're not number one? If you think that nobody's going to click on find a practitioner, then you don't have to worry about, this result and outcompeting that result. Make sense? All right. So, again, we're going back to the meta title and description. In your WordPress site, you can decide what this meta title and what this description is. We have typically already optimized it for you, so you should review it and just see if you agree with it. But the goal is to tell Google what your site is about and optimize for similar synonyms. So it's not all just about functional medicine doctor. You want to use related terms like functional medicine expert, functional medicine specialist, etc., so that Google sees you're not trying to blatantly game the system by putting functional medicine doctor 25 times on a web page. And things to consider when creating meta description is that you want to have inviting language and highlights what makes you better. So again, put yourself in the shoes of your patients and help them figure out why they should click on your search results as opposed to anybody else's. And so then just to sort of wrap up this part of the discussion, in terms of on-page SEO, what you need to consider is the meta title and meta description for each page. We want to take a look at the image alt tags and also the image file names. We want to look at the keywords in both the headings and the body text. We want to probably cross-link on our site. So for instance, on other pages of your website, you would have male hormone replacement therapy and have that a link from another page to the page for male hormone replacement therapy. So again, that there are some backlinks to that page. Then obviously, generically for the website, you should appropriately showcase your credentials and the training of the lead practitioner and medical director, and reduce the file size and improve site speed. So faster websites equal higher ranking, and website should be mobile responsive. So again, all the websites that we deploy are mobile responsive, are reasonably optimized for speed, and already have decent meta title and meta description optimized around functional medicine doctor, functional medicine specialist, and functional medicine expert. And then if we're moving on to off-page SEO factors, again, this is beyond the scope of this training, but one of the biggest points is Google My Business should be fully configured. And so if you type in Google My Business, you can then review what your account looks like. And what Google really stresses is that the name of your business, the address of your business, and the phone number of your business is consistent across the internet. So, Google wants that Yellow Pages, Yelp, your website, Google, Bing, Yahoo, they all say that your business address is the same. So they don't want different business addresses, different business names, and different phone numbers across the internet. So when you see these discrepancies, an easy way to fix this is, bring all these NAP records in line. Also, quality inbound links to your site helps. So if you don't have any Google reviews from your customers, if you don't have Yelp reviews, you should start collecting those and building that up. It helps to have guest blog posts on other high quality sites that then link to your website. And, it may be beneficial to highlight your blog content on your social media. So YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and have backlinks from social media to that. So the more social media you have, the more links back to your website you have, the more Google will reward you for that. And obviously other people sharing your social media updates with your blog content or videos on your website is helpful too. So the more backlinks to your website you have, the better your ranking will be. But off-page SEO and including on-page SEO, it is really a dedicated effort where you have to put 3 to 6 months into it, and oftentimes it really is beneficial to hire a firm for this. There's firms that do it for $600 a month, and you have to say it's worth $1,800 over 3 months to optimize your on-page and off-page SEO. But in general, again, I want to go back to what I said in the beginning. In functional medicine, in chronic disease care, you should not have to hyperventilate over SEO ranking just because there is so little search intent behind it. If somebody has sciatic back pain, that is something you want to rank for, because the assumption is this person had no sciatic back pain yesterday. Today they have sciatic back pain and they're looking for a chiropractor today. Again, imagine the situation of a plumber. If you have a leaky pipe in your house, a broken toilet, you're not going to wait 5 weeks to address it, right? You need an answer in the next hour. In this case, SEO is paramount because there's a lot of people that are looking for that search term that want a solution right now, and that will make an appointment and call your office right away. So if you are in acute care, if you're in urgent care, if you're dealing in your practice with anything where people will look for a solution the same day, then I would say yes, optimize your website for SEO for that term. But if you're thinking about other search term like autoimmune disease or Hashimoto's disease, it's probably pretty unlikely that when somebody searches for Hashimoto's, let's say thyroiditis, that your website will be anywhere in the top 10, right? You can see here thyroid.org, you're not going to outrank this. Mayo Clinic, you're not going to outrank this. Again, WebMD, you're not going to outrank this. NIH, no way. Very Well Health, you're not going to outrank that. Women's Health.gov, you're not going to outrank that. Endocrine Web. So you can see Cleveland Clinic. There's pretty much no way that you can get on page 1 for Hashimoto's thyroiditis, even though there are 1,900 searches a month. But that's probably not a good keyword to optimize for because it is so broad, right? So you have to be much more specific. And again, something that is probably indicative that somebody is looking to partner up with a provider. So again, male hormone replacement therapy, New Jersey. I betcha that, this is somebody that's looking for hormone replacement therapy in New Jersey. That is a buyer. So again, 40 searches a month, so that's about 1 search a day. So you can then see it may make sense for you to rank for that search term, even though you have to then decide, can I outrank all of this, and what else do I have to do in order to make this happen. And this is why, if you truly want to rank for a keyword like this, you should hire a dedicated SEO firm to make that happen for you, to build the backlink, because as a practitioner, this is definitely outside the scope of your job description. I hope this video tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions or you are wondering about the best next steps, I'm always happy to offer a complimentary 30-minute strategy session where we'll review your goals and needs, and if it makes sense to you, we can then talk about partnering together on your practice marketing, but only if it's truly a win-win situation. So in order to sign up for these strategy sessions, go to bigboost.marketing/apply, and I hope to see you soon.